Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm Jane, and I come from a village near Winchester, and this is my son-in-law, Grant, and he lives near Reading.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Karen, and this is my best friend, Alexandra, and we're both from London.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Jerome, and this is my wife, Nadine, and we're both from Coulsdon.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm John. This is my partner, Chris, and we're both from Nottingham.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very, very warm welcome to Pointless. It's terrific to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a TV host who now presents a show where he stays in amazing hotels. Where did I go wrong? It is my Pointless friend. It's Rob Rinder. Rob.
You're such a lovely host. You're welcome with me at a hotel anytime.
Well, you're very kind to say that. Where has been the most amazing hotel you've been to so far?
Depends on what your thing is. I like a nice winter place, snow, and I really, really enjoyed Norway. That was heaven, the Northern Lights magic. Really special.
Were you there when the sun didn't come up?
It was mainly light, actually.
Yes.
And, right, we had one bit of darkness and then that amazing aurora borealis. It really is worth the wait.
Very good.
Just extraordinary.
Thank you very much indeed, Rob. Lovely to have you back. Now, Nuala and David got through to the final last time, and they won the jackpot. So today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, it is a Pointless tradition. In fact, it's a Pointless rule, to be honest, that at the end of each round, we will eliminate the pair with the highest score. I mean, by eliminate, I mean send back to your dressing rooms. Nothing more unpleasant than that, but you know what I'm saying. Keep your scores nice and low, and everything should just be great. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is motor racing. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many nationalities of Formula One race winners as they could, Rob.
Yeah. So we're looking for the country of nationality other than the UK of anyone who's won at least one Formula One Grand Prix race between 1950 and the end of the 2022 season. So it's the names of the countries that have had Grand Prix winning drivers represent them. The nationalities are as per the information given on the official F1 website. Good luck, everybody, and good luck at home.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, Jane, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you with us. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I trained originally as a midwife and did that for 20-odd years, and then I gave that up to work in boarding schools with my husband and actually looked after some of the children that I'd delivered, which was really fun.
That's really nice. So you remember, I've known you since you were this size.
Since you were born, yes.
Wow.
And then when my husband retired, I retrained as a dispenser, and I currently work in a GP's surgery in a rural GP practice, dispensing medicines. And I'm basically retired, but I do it, fill in holidays and sickness.
But how lovely. I grew up in a rural GP practice where my father and, in fact, my grandfather were the doctor. So, yes, I've been surrounded all my life by people who were delivered by my father, which is hilarious. Now, Jane, what are you going to go? Do you follow Formula One?
Not really, no. I knew more British ones, but that's not much use.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go for Finland, the Finnish one.
Finland, says Jane. Sounds good to me. Should we see how many of our 100 people liked Finland? Finland is absolutely right. There we are, down to 17. What a solid start to the round. Well done, Jane.
Finland's produced 3 world champions, Keke Rosberg, Mika Häkkinen and Kimi Räikkönen.
They're just such fun names to say, those brilliant Finnish racing drivers.
Nice, that's good.
Kimi Räikkönen, Mika Häkkinen. They sound like characters from In the Night Garden. It's wonderful.
Dude, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm loving this mother-in-law, son-in-law combination. That's big risk playing.
Isn't it just?
Yeah.
Yes, I might ask Grant about that when the moment comes. But yes, it's a lovely dynamic, that. Alexandra, welcome to Pointless. It's lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I work for a financial institution in sustainability for the past 8 years, although recently I've moved back to the UK this year.
So where have you been doing that?
I've been in Switzerland working for the same bank.
Oh, I see. Oh, but how nice. That sounds wonderful. Are you based in Geneva or are you based elsewhere?
I was in Zurich, lovely Zurich, beautiful
Lovely.
out there.
Zurich.
And now I'm in London.
Now in London. And what do you love doing when not working on finance?
So I feel like a tourist coming back after so many years. So I've been enjoying the galleries, the theatres again, the parks. It's just been lovely coming back and
Perfect.
appreciating everything again.
Isn't that nice to hear, to remind us of what a wonderful resource we live amongst? Alexandra, what would you like to go for?
I also don't watch a lot of Grand Prix, so I'm going to maybe take a little gamble and go for Brazil.
Brazil, says Alexandra. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Brazil. Brazil is right. 17 is the only score we have at the moment. 31 for Brazil. Still not a bad score.
Well done. 101 wins. Emerson Fittipaldi was champion twice in the 1970s. Nelson Piquet and, of course, the late, great Ayrton Senna. They won 3 championships each. Good guess.
Thank you very much. Now, Nadine, welcome back to Pointless. Tell us more about yourself, Nadine.
I am a freelance journalist, a mum of 2, and in my spare time, aside from baking, I'm learning to knit. Not very well, but learning.
But that's how every great knitter starts, though.
It's a scarf at the moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of a scarf.
It'll work.
Yes.
It'll be fine, as long as you can do that with it.
Yeah, maybe a Polly Pocket scarf, I think.
Oh, that's a
at the
good
moment.
idea. Terrific plan. But you were talking about your freelance journalism. Sounded to me, is that sort of industry-based? Do you sort very much within the industry? That
Yes. So nothing particularly glamorous. Construction industry.
Do any of your articles find it into the national papers or?
Not usually.
Not
It's
usually.
not as glamorous as...
No, but National Construction Press.
Yes.
You're all over it.
Yeah, big name.
Big name. There we are. A lot of people in hard hats now going, yeah, we know Nadine. We know Nadine. Now, Nadine, what are you going to go for?
I'm worried I'm going to bring shame on my husband. But
You will not do that, Nadine.
I'm going to take a guess and say Austrian.
Austria. Austria, you're getting a knowing nod from Grant. I think. I don't know if that was a knowing nod. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he had an itchy neck. I don't know. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Austria. Austria is right. 31 our high score, 17 our low. You passed the high score. You passed the low score. Look at that, a new low score, Nadine. You bring glory to podium 3 is what you bring.
41 wins, that's a great guess. 25 of those wins were achieved by Niki Lauda in the 1970s and 1980s. Good answer.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, John, welcome back to Pointless. Great to have you with us. Tell us more about yourself, John.
So I'm a clinical scientist. My specialty is biochemistry. And true to the chemistry part of that, in my spare time, I really like to make cocktails. Obviously, not on a school night, but...
No, not on a school night, of course. Do you specialise any particular kind? Is there one cocktail that is the John cocktail?
Well, my favourite cocktail to make at the minute is called a gin basil smash. I know. I didn't think gin and basil would go well together, but once you make it, it's
there we are. You have to find the botanicals have to be right in the gin, presumably.
Yeah, so...
And you have presumably found the acme of gins for that particular mix.
Yes, of course. A brand I cannot say, but you can find it at any good supermarket.
OK, oh, it's really, it's that readily available?
Yeah.
Well, this is very good. John, what are you going to go for?
So I think he's won a race recently. I'm going to go with Monaco.
Monaco, says John. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Monaco? Monaco is absolutely right. Well, 31 remains our high score, 16 is our low. Till now, John, 1 for Monaco.
All from Charles Leclerc at the 2019 Bahrain Grand Prix. He became the second youngest driver ever to qualify in pole position for an F1 race. And I think Lewis Hamilton might live there as well, but that didn't count in this round. Good thinking.
Yeah. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. I can tell you John, the best score of the pass, by quite a margin, because we then travel up to 16, where we find Nadine and Jerome, then 17, lovely close partners there, Jane and Grant, and then up to 31, where we find Alexandra and Karen. So, Karen, the onus falls on you, I'm afraid. Anything will happen in the next pass, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure there'll be some guesswork going on. There'll be some expert knowledge going on as well. But a lovely low-scoring answer from you won't hurt. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Chris, welcome back to Pointless. Great to have you with us again. We need to know more about you, Chris.
Yes, so we are the proud owners of a Siamese cat called George. He likes to sleep in our bed. He suckles on John's ear in the evenings, and we treat him like our little baby.
What sort of age is George?
He's 7.5 now.
7.5, you see. Do you think George... I mean, I perish the thought that George might sort of slink off and make friends with all your neighbours. Because we had a cat that wasn't ours, that came, I think it was a Siamese as well, that became a terrific friend of ours. And you did sort of end up giving it a few bits and pieces just because it's nice to have a cat there. And then we felt really guilty because it wasn't our cat.
We think that he probably goes in other people's houses. We're not sure, but we suspect he probably does, yeah.
But a very beautiful Siamese cat. Who's going to close the door on that? Yeah. There we are. OK, now, Chris, you're on 1. Fabulous low score from John. We are looking, even at this early stage, at a score of 29 or less to get you into the next round. So it's nationalities of Grand Prix winners.
Yes, so this is not my specialty at all, unfortunately.
Okay.
So it is a guess. Switzerland.
Switzerland, says Chris. Again, I think I'm seeing some knowledgeable-looking nods. I mean, I don't know how knowledgeable they are, but they're nods. You get a red line. It's there. Should we see what happens when we say Switzerland? Absolutely right, Chris. Switzerland. Gets you through. You're in round 2. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 5. Very well done indeed. Taking your total up to 6. This is all marvellous.
Well, yep, 7 wins. Very good. The most recent was Clay Regazzoni in 1979.
Clay Regazzoni!
I know, they're
There
good
we
names,
are.
actually.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Jerome.
Hi.
Jerome, welcome back. Tell us more about yourself, Jerome.
Yeah, so when I'm not marking books or planning lessons, I'm the wonderful, proud father of 2 twin boys. Not 2 twin boys, 1 pair of twins. 2 boys that are twins. And I'm a twin as well myself, so I think this is recompense or some kind of karma, I'm sure.
Yes.
And now, homage to my mother. I know.
You now know what she went through.
Yes, the universe has paid me back.
Yes, I see. So your boys are identical.
My boys are identical. I'm not identical. But,
You're not, but they
my
are.
boys are, yeah. So
That's good.
trying to be somewhere between a referee, a teacher, and the most patient man possible.
Yeah. I always like to imagine, speaks the father of no twins, that they keep each other company.
They do. So it's a blessing and a curse in equal measure. So they entertain each other and then they fight each other.
Yes, that's true.
So,
that is true.
As any sibling. So
That is true. And there will come a point when it's just you there and you'll be outnumbered.
Yes. Yeah, we were outnumbered from the beginning, I think.
Well, exactly. Well, I know, but as they get older and older, that outnumbering becomes slightly overpowering. Yeah, OK, there we are. Now, Jerome, you are on 16. If you can score 14 or less,
yes,
you are into round 2.
So...
Do you follow Formula 1?
Not particularly. So I'm going to go with one that I think is probably safe, and I'm going to go with Portugal.
Portugal, says Jerome. Let's see where your red line lies. Yes, it's there. It's quite low. Should we see how many of our 100 said Portugal? Oh, Jerome. Oh, no. Quite safe, I think was the word you said.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. That scores you 100 points. It's incorrect. Takes your total up to 116. Let me just say the round is not over yet, though, Jerome. There might be some guesses still to come.
No, Portugal's never had a Formula 1 race winner. I'm interested to know who you thought it was.
I can't say now.
Good point. No, you can't. It would be bad.
Yeah.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Karen, welcome to Pointless.
Hi.
Terrific to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Karen.
Well, I work for Islington Council as a mutual exchange officer. I'm a mother of 2 girls. They are 11 and 7.
Shall we name check them if you want?
Yeah. So there's Ronnie.
Ronnie.
She's 11. And Lily Beth, who is 7.
And Lilybeth, Ronnie and Lilybeth, hello. Nice to have you watching. Now, Karen, you're on 31. We're looking at a target score of 84 or less for you. Do you follow Formula 1 at all?
I don't.
This is good news for Jerome and Nadine.
I'm going to go with Belgium.
Belgium. Belgium, that gets a knowledgeable, a kind of the sort of cognoscentes nod from Grant. We haven't yet spoken to Grant, so we don't know if he knows anything. So far, he's been bang on the money with all his nods. So, Belgium, here's your red line.
Ooh.
Look at that, Grant. He knows it. Oh, it's a great answer. Down to go to 4. Very well done indeed. Taking your total up to 35. This is brilliant, Karen.
11 wins for Belgium, Thierry Boutsen, and before that, Jackie Ix.
Thank you. Grant, welcome to Pointless. It's great
Hello,
to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm Grant. I'm a teacher, much like Jerome, and in my spare time, because I have two daughters, one's 2.5 and one is 4 months, I mainly tidy up and fall asleep on the sofa.
Oh, two of my favourite things. But he's one of my favourite things anyway. That's very good. Grant, Vikingur Olafsson, will you give me that? The pianist.
Oh, yes. Yes,
The
I'm
Icelandic
very
pianist.
good,
Do you play the
yes.
piano at all?
Sadly not, no.
I wonder, well, maybe you might find you have a terrific propensity. You might just find that you're amazing. It might come to you
I get a lot
amazingly.
of Stephen Merchant.
Stephen
No.
Merchant. I give you Vikingur Olafsson.
Yeah.
Good, terrific
take that.
player of Bach. Wonderful technique. Grant, what would you like to go for? You're on 17. 98 or less gets you into the next round.
I can't say that my nods have been particularly knowing, but
Oh, no.
as a teacher, it's always polite to endorse any answer that comes. So I'm going to try and just play it very, very safe because this is not my area, and I will go with Germany.
Germany, says Grant. I mean, why not? 98's all you need. Here's your red line. I mean, it almost couldn't be higher. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Germany. Germany's right. Down it goes to 61, taking your total up to 78.
Yeah, well done. Safe answer. 179 wins. Michael Schumacher, of course, Germany's most successful driver in Formula One with 91 race wins and 7 world championships. 2 other German drivers have also been world champion. Well done. Right, well, let's tidy up here. There was only one pointless answer, so before we see that, here are some of the other low scorers that we haven't heard. Mexico, you could have had, which scored 5. Poland scored 4. South Africa, 2. And you'd have got 1 point for Colombia and New Zealand as well. And here is the only one pointless answer. Venezuela. Pasta Maldonado.
Thank you very much indeed. That brings us to the end of our first round, and it means we have to say goodbye to our first pair, Jerome and Nadine. I'm so sorry. It was all looking so good. Next time. It's going to happen next time. It has to happen next time. But thank you so much for playing this time, Jerome and Nadine. For the remaining 3 pairs, now time for round 2. There we are, look at that. Into round 2. Everybody, you were all brilliant. Quite brilliant, but no one more brilliant than John, our lowest individual scorer there. And in fact, John and Chris, our lowest combined scorers on that far podium. So very, very well done indeed. But like I say, you were all marvellous. Best of luck to everybody. Our category for round 2 today is pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns up songs that got to number 1, Rob.
Yeah, up songs. On each board, you'll see the titles of 6 songs that got to number 1 in the UK singles chart. Each of the titles includes the word up. We'll also give you the names of the acts that performed them and the year in which they first reached number 1. However, we're only going to give you the first letter of one of the other words in each title. Please tell us what these missing words are.
Thank you very much indeed. So, we are looking for the missing words in these UK number 1s. And here they are. Pump Up the V, Mars, 1987. You Are Me Up, Westlife, 2005. Making Your M Up, Bucks Fizz, 1981. Make Me S, Come Up and See Me, Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel, 1975. Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm B, Ariana Grande, 2019. And the O, Way Is Up, Yaz and the Plastic Population, 1988. There we are. Jane, is this your dream come true this round, or perhaps not?
This is my absolute nightmare round. I'm a classical music fan. I don't listen to pop at all. Luckily, there is one that I know the answer of on there, and I'm going for the third one down and Making Your Mind Up.
Making Your Mind Up, the Bucks Fizz. Shall we see how many of our 100 said mind? Mind goes down to 81. That's a lot better than 100, though. 81.
Yeah, UK Eurovision winner, 1981. The group were handpicked by songwriter Andy Hill and his partner Nicola Martin, who named them after her favourite drink.
There we go. Thank you. Now, Karen.
Hi.
What would you like to go for?
Well, I know quite a few of them. There's only one on there I don't actually know. So I'm going to go with The Only Way Is Up.
The Only Way Is Up for Yaz and the Plastic Population. Should we see how many of our 100 people went for Only? Ooh, 95. Ooh, Jane and Grant. Phew, look at that. 95 for Only.
Track spent 5 weeks at number 1 in 1988. It was the UK's second best-selling song that year. Well done.
There we go. Now, Chris, you're the last person to have this board, so you can fill in all the blanks for us.
Okay, so from the top, it's, I think, Pump Up the Volume, probably. You Raise Me Up by Westlife. I'm not sure about the Steve Harley one, unfortunately. And the one I'm going to go for is the Ariana Grande, which is Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored.
I'm bored. There we are, bored. Should we see how many of our 100 people said bored? Bored is right. 95 our high score, 81 our low. Oh, but we have a new low. That's a new low. 17. Well done, Chris.
When the song topped the UK chart, she became the first female singer to replace herself at number 1. Her song Seven Rings had been number 1 the previous week. How are you with the rest of this board?
Not bad, actually. Yes, I can agree with Chris. Pump up the volume for the top one.
Yep, that would have given you 71.
And You Raise Me Up.
Very, very good. 64. That's nice music. And The Missing.
Make Me Smile.
You are exactly right. And Smile scored 52. The best answer on the board was Bored.
There we
Well
are,
done.
on the board. Thank you. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 17, Chris and John, once again, riding supreme. And then we travel from there to 81, where we find Jane and Grant. And from there up to 95, where we find Karen and Alexandra. You're a little bit ahead. Alexandra, wasn't this what happened last time? I think it was Karen who was a bit ahead and Alexandra came to the rescue. So, yes, good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more number 1 singles up on the board with Up in their title, but a missing word as well. You're going to have to supply, and here they are. Never Gonna G You Up, Rick Astley, 1987. Put Your H Up for Detroit, Fede Legrand, 2006. All S Up, Elvis Presley with the Jordanaires, 1957. B It Up, Jerry Halliwell, 2000. Wake Me Up, B You Go Go, Wham, 1984. And H Up, Madonna, 2005. John, it's over to you. You're on 17. 77 or less gets you into the head-to-head.
OK, so I think I know a fair few of those. I think I'm going to go with the second one by Fede Legrand and say, Put Your Hands Up for Detroit. OK, hands. Here's your red line. Nice and high. Shall we see how many of our 100 said hands? Hands is right, and you are through. Look at that. Down it goes to 60, taking your total up to 77.
And as you know, Fede Legrand is a Dutch house DJ.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Now, Alexandra, you are on 95. You're our high scorers. Let's see if we can find a lovely low score here.
I'm going to go for the Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
OK, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. No red line. You are the high scorers. How many of our 100 said before? Before, look at that, 89 for that, taking your total up to 184.
I love this song. The story behind the title is that when George Michael was staying at Andrew Ridgeley's house, he saw a note that Andrew had left to his mum, which said, Wake me up before you go go. Who knew?
That's nice. Very nice. There we go. Now, Grant, I have terrific news for you. I imagine you've got a brilliant score in mind, but even if you didn't, you're still through to the head-to-head. Would you like to talk us through the board?
Yes, I can. At the top, Never Gonna Give You Up, Rick Astley, or Shook Up by Elvis Presley. So ultimately, I'm trying to make a judgment call between which is the lowest scoring. Perhaps Elvis will score lower than Rick Astley.
All shook up, you're going to say. No red line for the lovely reason you're already through. So this is just for fun. Shook. Perfect. 66, taking your total up to 147.
It was Elvis's first UK #1 single of a grand total of 21, though the last 3 of those were re-releases of songs that had already been #1s.
Now we are.
Let's have a look at the rest of the board. Yeah, the top, Give, would have given you 83 points.
That was good judgment
Yeah,
there, Grant.
well done, good choice. Let's go to the bottom. Madonna, Hung Up.
Hung.
Yeah, 2005.
Okay.
Hung with a score of 14. And
I mean, it could be break, it could be
shopping.
bag it up.
Very good, yeah. Bag it up. 8 points for bag it up.
There we are. I don't remember that at all. Thank you very much indeed, Rob. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to another pair, Alexandra and Karen. We say goodbye for now, but we'll see you again next time. Looking forward to it very much already. Well, thank you for playing, Alexandra and Karen. For our 2 remaining pairs, though, it's now time for the head-to-head. Huge congratulations, John and Chris, Jane and Grant. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands still at £1,000. But I don't think for long, because here's where we get a chance to find some pointless answers and throw some more money into that jackpot. So here goes. Just for fun, we gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many poems by Philip Larkin as they could. Rob.
You'll see 6 options. 2 are pointless poems written by the famous British poet Philip Larkin, and 2 are scoring, and 2 are not poems by Larkin. £250 in the jackpot for each pointless answer. Good luck. Good luck at home.
Thank you very much. Here are 6 potential pointless Larkin poems. And we have Ugly Sister, This Be the Verse, Annus Mirabilis, Evenings, Wild Oats, A Little of What You Fancy. Does anybody know anything?
I think I've heard of This Be the Verse.
I was going to say I'm almost certain that is one, but whether that's
And I think possibly Annus Mirabilis as well.
I think
so
that might be after the Queen's Annus Horribilis.
OK, so, John and Chris, what might you want to go for?
I'm going to go with one of the other ones. I'm going to go with Wild Oats. Yeah.
Wild Oats. Shall we see if Wild Oats is a pointless Larkin poem? It's a Larkin poem. Oh, one. OK, Jane and Grant, can we find a pointless answer there? What do we think?
I think Evening sounds a bit... That might well be somebody else, do you
Right.
think? What do you want to go for?
Well, I don't want to go for any of them and get it wrong, but I will try Ugly Sister.
Ugly Sister. Shall we see if Ugly Sister is a pointless Larkin poem? It is a Larkin poem. Ah! You have covered yourself in glory. There we are. Apple for teacher.
Well done. You were going to go for Evenings, but it was a red herring because there is a poem called Afternoons. Rest of the board. This Be the Verse. Now, that's the famous one, but it's a wonderful poem. This Be the Verse scored 7. Annus Mirabilis. Annus Mirabilis was a pointless answer. And A Little of What You Fancy. That's the final novel in a series by H.E. Bates about the Larkin family. First novel was The Darling Buds of May. So, well done.
Thank you very much indeed, Rob. Well done. You managed to find one pointless answer, so we can add £250 to today's jackpot, taking it up to £1,250. But who'll be playing for it? Well, let's find out in the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer before you give your answers. So best of luck to both pairs. Here is our first question, and it is all about powerful women. Rob.
We're going to show you 5 pictures of famous people who appeared in the Forbes list of the world's 100 most powerful women, published in December 2022. Please give us their names.
Thank you very much indeed. Can you identify these powerful women? And we have A. S. R. B. U. V. D. L. C. R. D. R. W. And E. S. H. Now then, John and Chris will go first. Feel free to confer.
OK. So we think we know B, and we're going to go with Ursula von der Leyen.
Ursula von der Leyen. OK. Jane and Grant, would you like to talk us through that board?
Yes. So Reese Witherspoon, D. Rihanna, C. I don't know E.
I don't know E.
And
But
so
anyway, you're going for A.
I'm going to go with A, Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes. OK, so we have Ursula von der Leyen for B and Shonda Rhimes for A. In the order they were given, we have John and Chris saying Ursula von der Leyen. Should we see how many of our 100 said that? Ursula von der Leyen is right. Very well done indeed. 22 for Ursula von der Leyen. Meanwhile, Shonda Rhimes say Jane and Grant for A. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Shonda Rhimes? Shonda Rhimes, absolutely right. It wins the point for you. And it's a pointless answer. Wow. These are very, very rare indeed in the head-to-head round. Being a pointless answer, it still adds another £250 to today's jackpot. Takes total up to £1,500. Very well done. It means, after one question, you are up, Jane and Grant, 1-0.
Very good indeed, yeah. 93rd on the list she was, creator of Grey's Anatomy. I suspect you might be a fan. Ursula von der Leyen. She was first on the list. She's been president of the European Commission since 2019. The R?
Rihanna.
Rihanna, yeah. That would have given you 94 points. Most people knew that. Reese Witherspoon. 64 points for her. And the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, first elected in 1996. She was 42nd on the list, and that's Sheikh Hasina. And she scored 3.
Thank you very much indeed, Rob. Right, here comes your second question. John and Chris, here's the thing. You've got to win this one to stay in the game. Jane and Grant, brackets, just scored a pointless answer, get to answer it first. So very, very best of luck. Our second question is all about the Golden Girls. Rob.
Yes, winning life. Love this. We're going to give you 5 clues now to the American TV sitcom The Golden Girls. We'll give you the initial of the answers as well. Good luck to you and good luck, everybody at home.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, can you answer these 5 clues? Here we go, all Golden Girls related. Actor who plays Rose Nyland from St. Olaf, B.W. US state in which the show is set, F. Theatre in which they performed in the 1988 Royal Variety performance, L.P. Title of the theme tune written by Andrew Gold, T.Y.F.B.A.F. And the 1992 spin-off comedy which ran for one series, T.G.P. Right, so, Jane and Grant, it's over to you.
I presume it was Florida.
I know the theme tune.
London Palladium?
Yeah, well, I know the theme tune.
Oh, right, we'll go for that then.
I'm going to go for the title of the theme tune, written by Andrew Gold, please. Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend. Now then, John and Chris, can you talk us through that board?
Oh, Golden Girls we know very little about. I know, sorry. But we're going to try maybe the theatre in which they performed in the 1988 Royal Variety performance and go the London Palladium.
London Palladium. So we have Thank You for Being a Friend versus London Palladium. Jane and Grant went for Thank You for Being a Friend. Let's see if that's right. For the theme, Thank You for Being a Friend is absolutely right. And down it goes to 13. Very well done. Meanwhile, John and Chris have gone for the London Palladium, the theatre of the 1988 Royal Variety performance, the London Palladium. It's absolutely right. It's a good score. Look at that. Down it goes to 19. Giving Jane and Grant a run for their money, but they pipped you. Jane and Grant, very well done. After only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0.
Well done. Yeah. They performed in the London Palladium at the request of the late Queen Mother, who was a fan of the show. Actor who played Rose Nyland from St. Olaf, Betty White, that would have given you 15 points. Rue McClanahan, B. Arthur, and Estelle Getty were the other Golden Girls. And Estelle Getty played B. Arthur's mum, even though she was younger than her. The great Sophia. Picture it back in Sicily. Sorry. Big fan. Florida, 50 points for that. And the 1992 spin-off comedy, which ran for one series, was The Golden Palace, and only 3 for that. So that was the best answer on the board. Well done.
Thank you very much indeed, Rob. And that means the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, John and Chris, it is you. But what a performance right across the show. You will be back next time when I have every hope that you'll be able to take it one step further. fingers crossed. Anyway, we'll look forward to seeing you then. John and Chris. For Jane and Grant, though, it is now time for the pointless fun. Wow. Congratulations, Jane and Grant. You have fought off all the competition, and with comparative ease, it must be said. And you have won our coveted pointless trophy.
Great.
You now have a chance to win the pointless jackpot, which at the end of the show is standing at £1,500. And 500 of that you've just effortlessly lobbed in yourselves.
I'm keeping that half.
Oh, right. Very, very well done. I mean, it's been a sort of brief Mayfly-like appearance on Pointless. We have to make it count, therefore. You're going to have to take this home with you, this jackpot. Between it and you is the small matter of a pointless answer. What would you like to see come up on the board?
Gardening, nature, wildlife, and geography, probably.
Very good. These are all wonderful things. Grant, how about you?
Nonsense pop culture, maybe some elements, some presidents.
This is great. Good. Let's have a look. 4 choices will appear on the board, and we hope they appeal. 19th century seafaring novels, gymnastics at the Olympic Games since 2000, murder mystery films set on islands, the BBC Proms.
I would go islands, but then I'm more happy with films. You're more classical, but then you'd be doing all the heavy lifting yourself.
Yes, I might know some pieces, but I wouldn't know too many conductors or anything that they have on the proms. If you're happy with the murder mystery films...
Let's give it a go.
OK.
Perfect. What fun we're going to have with this. Murder mystery films set on islands.
Okay, like, yeah, I was hoping you were going to choose gymnastics, my specialist subject. Maybe another time.
Chance.
Now, we're looking for the name of anyone who received an acting credit in the following films. Evil Under the Sun from 1982, or Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery from 2022. Voice performances are included. This is according to the IMDb website as of July 2023. Very best of luck to you in the studio and everyone playing along at home. Luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. But if you can find 3 pointless answers, we will throw in a £500 bonus. Are you ready?
As we'll ever be.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the board. There they are. Your time starts now.
Right,
I've never heard of the first one.
Oh, I've never heard of the first
But I
one.
have
either.
seen the second
OK, who's in the second one? Quick.
So Hugh Grant plays a tiny little bit, so I think he
Okay,
might be
yeah.
a pointless answer. Daniel Craig is in it,
Right.
Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, the wrestler. I'm sure there are some more whose names I can't remember.
Any women?
Yes,
Right, OK.
but I'm not
Right.
necessarily recalling them. So if we go,
yes, who would
Hugh
you
Grant
go
is in
for?
it for a matter of seconds, so if we've got any chance of a pointless answer, it's him.
OK.
Daniel Craig is very famous.
They
Dave
don't have him.
Bautista is less, so I'd go with him. And Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. Sounds like you happy with those? Anybody
Yeah,
else?
as much as I can be.
Right.
We're fine.
Shall we stop the clock? OK, we're fine, says Grant. The clock has been duly stopped. What 3 answers can you give me?
So Edward Norton,
Edward Norton,
Dave Bautista,
Dave Bautista,
and Hugh Grant.
and Hugh Grant. And these are all from Glass Onion,
Yes, the
a
bottom one,
Knives
please.
Out
Yeah.
mystery. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant goes last. Least likely to be pointless?
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton, and then Dave Bautista goes into the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, Hugh Grant. Well, you came up with these answers and you had time left. You were very happy with them. You thought these were your best efforts amongst that cast. If one of them turns out to be pointless, very good chance it might. You'll be leaving here with £1,500. What would you like to do with that? Jane, I'm going to ask you first.
Well, I've got a big birthday coming up soon, and I would like to take all the family to dinner and dancing at the Ritz,
That would be fun.
which would be fun.
Oh, what a huge thing to do. That'd be great. Grant, how about you?
We've got a family wedding coming up that's in Colombia, so money would go to carting the family across there.
Very good. OK, well, fingers crossed that one of these will win that jackpot for you. In all 3 cases, we are looking for the cast of Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. You've gone for Edward Norton as your first choice. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Edward Norton. Let's see if this might be pointless and we'll win you that £1,500. Well, Edward Norton is right. We can go all the way down to zero. £1,500 is yours. We go down through the teens with Edward Norton, down through single figures to 4. OK. 4 for Edward Norton. We now turn our attention to Dave Bautista. Exactly the same criteria. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dave Bautista. Might he be pointless? Dave Bautista, absolutely right. Edward Norton took us down to 4. Dave Bautista now takes us down through the 20s, through the teens. We're into single figures with Dave Bautista still going down, passing 4, still going down to 1. Look at that, 1 for Dave Bautista. OK. Right, your third and final answer was Hugh Grant. You felt that was your best shot at a pointless answer because you blink and you might miss him on screen, and you're hoping a number of people blinked and duly forgot him. So Hugh Grant, let's see, again, same criteria, same film. How many of our 100 people said Hugh Grant? Might he be pointless? Hugh Grant is right. Well, all 3 have been right. Edward Norton took us to 4. Dave Bautista took us to 1. Hugh Grant now taking us down into single figures. Still going down, passing 4, still going down. Oh, to 1 again. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's just so harsh. Literally within touching distance there of the jackpot, but I'm afraid, irritatingly, we only accept pointless answers in this final round, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but don't lose sight of the fact that you have been outstanding across the show and you get to take home our pointless trophies. So very, very well done indeed for that. I mean, a really incredibly impressive performance across the show, so well done.
Gosh, that was so close. Very bad luck. Let's have a look at some of the pointless answers. Starting with a cast of the 1982 film Evil Under the Sun. James Mason was pointless. Jane Birkin, the late Jane Birkin. Roddy McDowall and Sylvia Miles. In fact, the only scoring answers were Peter Ustinov, who played Poirot, Diana Rigg and Maggie Smith. Everyone else in that cast was pointless. Moving on to the cast of the 2022 film Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. There were lots of famous people playing cameos here. Angela Lansbury, Leslie Odom Jr., Serena Williams, the tennis player, was in it, and the cellist Yo-Yo Ma, who appeared as himself. The only people who scored points here were Daniel Craig, Edward Norton, Kate Hudson, Dave Bautista, Hugh Grant, Janelle Monáe, and Madeline Klein, and everybody else was pointless. Oh, well done, it was so close, and very well done at home if you got a pointless answer. Great.
Thank you very much, Rob, and thank you, Jane and Grant. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £2,500. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Rob.
Bye-bye.
That is goodbye from me. Goodbye.